In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to do Gemini. So to come up into your Gemini, you can come into it in any invert of your choice. I'm going to show you how to do it from your straddle invert, but if you're familiar with Spider-Man or more of a diamond shape, then you can also come into your Gemini from there. But regardless of what invert you're coming into, the biggest thing you want to make sure you're doing before you hook your outside leg into your Gemini is really getting your hips to the pole or hips to your hands, because if you don't get your hips to the pole, when you go to hook your outside leg onto the pole, you're likely not going to be able to clear your hands, and your hands might get stuck under your leg, which isn't the most optimal position. And then you have to kind of shimmy your way and shuffle your leg up the pole in a more awkward way. So you really want to think hips to the pole, and then you want to clear your hands when you get your outside leg up above your hands. And I'll cue to that when I go up into my Gemini so that you have a clearer idea of what I'm referencing and what I'm talking about. So, like I said, I'm going to show you how to come into it from your straddle invert, but you can replace your straddle with any other straddle you're more comfortable with. So, I will start here in my bicep grip with my hips in front of the pole. And then I'll pull myself up into my straddle, hips to the pole here, and then I bring my outside leg around to hook into my outside leg hanger, my Gemini. So you can see here that my knee is above my hands. So my hands aren't trapped under my leg because I brought my hips really close to the pole to get my leg up there. And I'll show you the difference before I explain Gemini further. So this is what would happen if I don't get my hips high enough to the pole before I go for my leg hook. So I'm here, I go up, hips don't quite get up, and then I try and hook, then I land short, and then I have to shuffle my way up the pole, and I might just land on my hands and get stuck there, which is not what you want. So that being said, I'll cue you through the rest of it. When you get up there and you hook your outside leg, which you just saw me do, really squeeze the pole. It's probably going to hurt your inner thigh and your calf and your knee pit for the first little bit until you desensitize that area, but really try to squeeze the pole as hard as you can, because that is your strongest connection point in this position. So squeeze your heel down towards the floor as much as you can. So you shouldn't have your foot pointing up to the ceiling or even straight out to the side. You should be pulling your heel like towards your butt, towards the pole. So again, I'll come up into my straddle invert, hips to pole, hook my outside leg onto the pole, get it into my knee pit, and then from there, I'm anchoring my inside leg down as much as I can. Here, I'm not letting my chest and my hips turn open towards the pole. I want to square everything up towards the ceiling so that the pole is in the squishy part of my side. My chest is out to help me get that position in my side, and then I'm really squeezing with that top leg. Let my head drop back. You can start here, just getting comfortable with both hands on the pole. You can play with one hand off and eventually both hands off. To come out, hands find the pole. You tuck your knees to your chest and slowly come down, or you can open into your straddle and then slowly straddle dismount as well. So I will show that one more time, just a little bit quicker, going through all of those points again. But biggest thing is getting your connection points right. The two connection points being your knee pit and inside of your leg, kind of where my bruises are here, and then also here on the outside of your calf, kind of higher up your leg. That's where you want the pole. And then you also want the pole here in the squishy part of your side. You don't want it on your ribs. If you feel it up here, you're likely either opening towards the pole too much or your spine is too rounded. So you really want to make sure your chest is out to clear your rib area and get the pole right here. So again, I'll come up, straddle, hook outside leg, squeeze my leg down, square my chest up, chest out, anchor leg back, look back, release hands. And then to come out, hands to pull, straddle down, tuck, and dismount. So again, if you're new to this, it's probably going to hurt for the first little bit on that outside leg, but over time, you'll get used to it and just take it slow. You want to make sure all of those points I cued you through are happening before you think about taking your hands off the pole. And you will feel things lock in correctly when your hands don't have to take as much load and you actually feel the skin contact helping you grip and stay onto the pole.